There is a particular kind of loneliness reserved for the people who handle everything. It is a quiet, well-dressed loneliness. To the world, you are a pillar. You are the one with the answers, the one who executes plans flawlessly, the one who remains calm when the building is on fire. You have built a life defined by your capability. But there's a tragedy hidden within this competence. Because you are so good at carrying burdens, people have forgotten that you have a back that can break. Because you make survival look effortless, people assume you do not need support. You have constructed a wall of competence so high and so thick that love cannot get and only admiration can. And admiration, while pleasant, does not keep you warm at night. This is the story of how your greatest strength became your prison, and how you might finally find the courage to be weak. There is a distinct, heavy silence that surrounds the capable person. It is the silence of a phone that only rings when something is broken. It is the silence of a room looking at you, waiting for the plan, the solution, the fix. You have likely spent your life cultivating this competence. You are the infrastructure of your social circle. You are the one who remembers the birthdays, the one who organizes the logistics, the one who knows exactly what to say when tragedy strikes. To the outside world, this looks like a gift. You are admired for your stability. You are praised for your resilience. People say, "I don't know how you do it," and you smile. Because you don't know how you do it either. You just know that you must. You have taught the world that you are a machine that does not need maintenance, and the world, efficiently and ruthlessly, has believed you. When you are struggling, no one notices, not because they do not care, but because it simply does not occur to them that the strong one could be weak. You are drowning in plain sight, but because you are swimming with perfect form, everyone on the shore just thinks you are exercising. How does one become this way? No child is born with a seamless ability to manage chaos. Competence of this magnitude is not a personality trait. It is a scar tissue. It is an adaptation to an environment where being the child was not an option. Perhaps you grew up in a home where the adults were fragile. Maybe they were overwhelmed by their own emotions, their addiction, or their immaturity. In that vacuum of leadership, you stepped up. You became the easy child. The one who didn't cry. The one who mediated arguments between parents. The one who made your own lunch because asking for help felt like adding a straw to a camel's breaking back. You learned a very specific, dangerous lesson. Love is something I earned through utility. You learned that your value to the family system was your function. As long as you were helpful, as long as you were mature for your age, you were safe, you were praised. You were kept around. And so, you signed a silent contract with the world. I will fix everything. I will need nothing. And in exchange, you will not leave me. You are still honoring that contract today. You are still paying rent for your space in the world with the currency of your competence, unaware that the lease expired 20 years ago. As an adult, this dynamic evolves into a deep-seated anxiety about your own worth. You have conflated your doing with your being. Ask yourself, who are you when you are not solving a problem? Who are you when you are not useful? For the hypercompetent person, these questions are terrifying. Rest feels like a moral failure. Sitting still feels like disappearing. If you are not actively contributing, providing, or fixing. You feel a creeping sense of panic, a suspicion that you are wasting space. This destroys intimacy. Intimacy requires vulnerability. It requires you to show the parts of yourself that are unfinished, messy, and needy. But you have spent a lifetime hiding those parts. You have built a wall of competence so high that no one can climb it. People may admire you. They may rely on you, but they cannot know you. They know your output. They know your strength, but they do not know your fear. You have become an idol to be worshipped rather than a human to be held. And idols are lonely things. They stand on pedestals, cold and stone-like, watching the messy, warm, human world from a distance, wishing they could climb down, but terrified they would shatter if they tried. The greatest tragedy of the Wall of Competence is that it acts as the perfect camouflage for suffering. We have a stereotype of what struggling looks like. We imagine a messy house, missed deadlines, unwashed hair. But for you, struggling looks like a perfectly organized calendar. It looks like a clean apartment. It looks like a promotion at work. You might be battling high-functioning depression or crippling anxiety, but your defense mechanism is to work harder, to control mora, to perfect the exterior shell even as the interior crumbles. This invisibility is dangerous. It denies you the compassion you desperately need. When you try to hint that you are overwhelmed, people laugh. "Oh, you'll figure it out," they say. You always do. They dismiss your pain because it doesn't match your presentation. You are screaming behind a pane of soundproof glass, and because no one can hear you, you stop screaming. You internalize the pain. You convince yourself that your suffering is invalid because you are high-functioning. You tell yourself you have no right to complain because you have a job, a roof, a plan. You gaslight yourself into silence, denying your own humanity to maintain the illusion of the machine. Eventually, the silence sours. It turns into resentment. You start to look at the people around you, the friends who dump their trauma on you but never ask how you are, the partner who waits for you to plan every day, the boss who gives you the extra work because you're the only one who can handle it, and you feel a flash of rage. You think, why do I have to do everything? Why is no one taking care of me? This resentment is a bitter pill, because deep down, you know you are complicit. You trained them to treat you this way. You never let them see you drop a ball, so they stopped trying to catch him. You rejected their clumsy attempts to help because you could do it faster, better, cleaner. You are trapped in a prison of your own design. You are the martyr who nailed themselves to the cross and now complains about the view. You want to be saved, but you are holding the keys to the cell in your clenched fist, refusing to let go because you don't trust anyone else to unlock the door. Breaking down the wall of competence does not require a wrecking ball. It requires a slow, deliberate dismantling. It requires the courage to be useless. This is the hardest thing you will ever do. It involves intentionally dropping a ball. It involves saying, "I don't know," when you actually do know, but you don't have the energy to explain it. It involves letting a silence hang in the air without rushing to fill it with a solution. You must conduct an experiment. You must stop over-functioning and see what happens. Yes, things might get messy. The plan might fall apart. The dinner might burn. Someone might be disappointed. But pay attention to what happens next. The world will not end. The sky will not fall. And in that mess, something miraculous might happen. Someone else might step up. When you create a vacuum by stepping back, you allow others the space to grow, to help, to love you. You allow them to see that you are not a god, but a person. And yes, they might do it wrong. They might do it slowly, but they are doing it with you. There is a version of your life where you are loved, not for what you provide, but simply for who you are. Imagine a relationship where you bring nothing to the table but your presence. No advice, no money, no plans, no solutions. Just you. Tired, uncertain, quiet you. Can you believe that this version of you is worthy of love? This is the work, to dismantle the belief that you must pay rent for your existence. You are not a utility. You are not an appliance that needs to be working to be valuable. You are a living, breathing soul. The Wall of Competence served you well. It protected the vulnerable child who needed to survive. But you're not that child anymore. You are safe enough to be seen. You are safe enough to be weak. So, let the cracks form. Let the facade crumble. Let people see the mess, because it is through the cracks that the light gets in. And it is through the cracks that you can finally, after all these years, reach out your hand and let someone else pull you up.